In the Trenches with Ryan Roxie.
This is all leading up to, for us, 2010, because that's a huge year for you when you get asked to be in Cheap Trick.
Yeah.
Who was it that asked you? How did the whole thing go? Was there, I mean, obviously, to step in and play drums, after so many years of the great Bun E Carlos, no pressure at all, right?
No, none at all. Yeah, right. I mean, I'd filled in a few times. I did a whole summer with them in 2001, opening. My band Harmony Riley was the opening act, and about halfway through that tour, Bun E was having some back issues, and it got worse and worse. And then, so one night we were in Phoenix, of all places, I believe. We'll say that, like you said, the truth doesn't matter. Just it's a good story without it.
Never let it was Phoenix. We have a good story.
And one night, Bun E said, "Hey, you're doing the encore tonight." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "It's like 3 songs: it's Dream Police and Southern Girls and Good Night, whatever, something." And I was, I crapped my pants real quick and changed them and got up on stage, and it went okay. And I think I did that for about a week. And then one day he said, "I'm going home to get my back worked on." And so I did the rest of the summer doing both bands, which is just so great to switch gears. My band was definitely different than Cheap Trick's music. It was rock and roll, but not Cheap Trick. So,
it must be exhausting. Drumming.
I was 20 and I turned 21 on that tour. So,
okay.
That was 21 years ago. So anyways,
I'll do a third show.
Yeah. I was ready. Like the Sack Pack. I'm ready to do an arena after that. No, it was great. And it was just such great,
When did it become a permanent thing? When it became a permanent thing in 2010, was it like, did you have to leave another band to?
I did. Yeah. Okay. It's kind of a funny story, which is very typical of Rick. I was 3 days away from going to Germany with an artist called Corey Chisel and the Wandering Sons, which my brother was the bass player of. Yeah, there he is.
There's Corey
on the fly. Wow.
Hello, Corey. He had it ready. Trust me, Vic Chalfant, he's always got a bunch of fixtures ready. He probably has one of me, in a diaper ready just for the right moment. But go ahead.
So there you go. I was getting ready to go to a European tour, and my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, and I went to dinner with my parents to say goodbye. I'm leaving for 3 weeks, and halfway through the dinner, I get a phone call from Cheap Trick's manager. Oh, look at those guys. And it was Cheap Trick's manager, and I was like, Rick goes, "You should take that." And I was like, okay. So I left the table, and it was their manager saying, "Hey, something's come up, and we need you in Austin, Texas in 2 days." I was like, "I'm going to Germany in 3 days, and I can't do it." And he's like, "All right, well, think about it and call me back." I went in the restaurant. I chugged a beer because I was, what the hell just happened?
And you sit back at the table, and your dad goes, "Was the good phone call? Was it an important phone?"
He tries to keep it, and I've tried to keep it as well, a business relationship. It's not my kid in the band. It's a guy that has been doing gigs with people, and he's been touring since he was 7 years old, kind of thing. And so I thought about it for a while, 2 hours, made a couple phone calls, and my buddy Brad Pemberton, great drummer, gave me the best advice. He says, if it's one gig with Cheap Trick, it's still cooler than doing 3 weeks in Europe with somebody else. So I said, okay. And then that was, there was no preconceived anything with it. I thought I'd fill in for a few shows, and I just had my 13th anniversary in the band last Sunday.
Congrats.
I'm Ryan Roxie, and I've taken all my years of experience of playing guitar, and I want to pass the torch of rock and roll on to you. Check out the System 12 guitar method.
Get that feel guitar, boy, shake it.